Took me a second to figure out that how to go live from the actual link, but I made it and I'm here. So welcome. Now I'm fiddling with my tripod to try to get everything set and straight so I don't have to mess with anything. Papa Joe, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Look at that. He's my number one fan right there. Number one. Appreciate it, man. So I'm going to give it a few minutes before I get started, but I got the eye already chamfered and cleaned up. There was a little bit of mushrooming on the top. I cleaned that up. The pole is pretty nice and neat. I'm not going to mess with it. It looks like it still has a little bit of olive drab paint, so I'm not going to mess with it. The only thing I'm going to do is hang it, oh, and touch up this edge. It needs some work. It does need some work. Um, the handle is a reproduction M1910 handle. So, yeah. I have my lovely assistant, Vanessa. She's in here. Also, she's my number 2 fan. Look at that. She's helping me out. So if I miss a comment or something like that, she's going to let me know. My glasses are kind of crooked. There we go. I got that straight. Gotcha, Joe Looper. I appreciate you, Joe. So Joe is one of the guys that Papa Joe's Book Club is one of the guys that I served with on my first ship, way back in, man, I think I was there from 93 to 97. So that was quite a while ago. Thanks for coming, brother. I appreciate it. I'm just kind of waiting. We got 5 people in here. I can't see. Blessed man. I appreciate you coming in, man. I really do appreciate it. Yes, very much respect for the veterans, as I am one too. So I don't know what kind of wood this is. There's the bottom. See that? I think it looks like it's hickory, but it also might be some kind of elm. I'm not sure. It feels like elm. It's really light. It's not too dense. So 93 to 98. Yep. Yep. I left there in 97, went to GMA school. And then I went to Beachmaster Unit 2 from there. And then I went to GMC school for a 5-inch to work on that gun. And then I went to the USS Thomas S. Gates. From there, I went to Special Boat Team 22, and that's where they sent me to school to be an NSW armorer to work on the special operations weapons. And then I went to security department in Gulfport, Mississippi, and then I retired out of the armory in Gulfport, Mississippi. Happy Veterans Day, Alyssa. I appreciate you popping in, man. I appreciate you popping in. I really do. Oh, I know who you are. You were Miss Tim's wife, I think. One of my big followers. So I think we got enough people here to get started. It's already been. We'll give it 1 more minute. We'll give it till 5 minutes, and we'll get started. But this is the handle that I'm going to be using. It's an M1910 reproduction handle, and this is an M1910 hand axe. You can see the US stamp is right there. So usually it'll say US and then a maker, but they didn't. I want to say like pre-World War II, up until World War II, they didn't put the makers on there. They would just put them out and just put the US stamp on the top. So very cool, Miss Alyssa. I appreciate you hanging out. I really do. Oh, we're at 5 minutes, so I'm gonna walk you guys over, and we're going to get started on this. See if I can set this up where you guys can see everything. Yeah, you can see my grinder. That's pretty sweet. Let me move. I got to move one more thing to kind of give it a little bit more depth. I'm still here. Hi from Finland. I have Vanessa. She's over here. She's helping me out in case I miss your comments. That way I can do my best to catch everyone. Here, that's a little bit better. A little bit. Yeah, one more little bit light. One more light to plug in. Just to kind of give us a little bit more. If I could figure out. There we go. A little bit. Yeah. So this is, I'm using a 24 grit belt. What did I do with the handle? Oh, here it is. 24 grit belt to shape this handle. I'm going to be using a Whiskey River black walnut wedge. And just so you guys know, so when I see an old wrench, I'll grab it and I'll cut the back off and I'll cut the top off, and then I'll shape it to look like the eye of an axe. So this one's for a hatchet. There's a few here. This one's for a cruiser. This one's for a boy's axe. Sometimes I use it for fulls because sometimes I lost my full eye drift. Oh, that one's for boys' axes. This one's for bigger boys' eyes and maybe like Connie's and stuff like that. And this is for my full-size double right here. You just find old wrenches and then, you turn it into a drift. It works absolutely awesome. Who's from Finland? Let me see. Alexi. Thanks for popping in, man. Kent, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. How many people we got? We got 17. That's enough. I'm not really here to show off. I'm just here to just give a little bit back to the veterans, and just to kind of, this is my way of celebrating Veterans Day. Just to kind of give something away, and what better than a military hand axe, right? So that's what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and get started. It might be a little bit loud. I'm not going to turn my fan on. That way you guys can hear me. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get started and get this thing, see if I can get that in the right way. So this thing, there's not a whole lot I need to take off. I just got to take a little bit off the sides and it should slide right down. So I am not going to tilt this thing sideways. I'm just going to work straight up and down. All right, what else we got? Tater, I appreciate you coming in. Let's see, we got it going in about halfway already. You see that? Yeah, there you go, right there. And it's going in straight. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's give it a couple of pops. It went in maybe another quarter inch or so. So yeah, it's a little bit more than halfway now. So let me pop this thing back out. I'm going to use my eye drift just like I normally do, and just who? Papa B. Papa B. Thank you, Papa B. I appreciate it, man. But I don't require thanks. I really don't. I just like thanking other people. I do appreciate it, though. All right, let's see where it's at. Papa B. Is that Brett? Is that you, Brett? Did you change your name? I think you probably did. Mm.
He said, yes, it's him.
Thanks for popping in, dude. I appreciate it. So we're going in it's about 3/4 of the way. It's doing pretty good. So I'm going to ask a series of questions. Vanessa's watching. She's going to try to keep score. It's just going to be memory, and we're just going to have some fun. First question. What year did the M1910 hand axe get put into service? What year did the M1910 hand axe get put into service? That's the first question. Let's get some answers.
Westman said, old iron axe and tool channel guy had the same handle. He's also a veteran, by the way.
Old iron axe and tool?
Yeah.
He's here?
It was 1910.
Yep, I know who old iron axe and tool is. Who said 1910?
Reshaw.
Kent Reshaw. That's a pretty good answer. You have to write that dude's name down. She's gonna go get a pin.
$1938.
1938 is not the answer. It's actually it's part of the Army's overhaul for the modern uniform from 1910. I'm not exactly sure when, but it was part of the uniform. So probably like 1910, maybe a little bit sooner, but because it's the 1910, we're just going to say 1910.
Does that sell any stickers or anything like that?
No, I don't sell stickers. I give stickers away when you buy something. Just saying. Joe, hit me up, man. I'll send you some stickers, dude.
And he said it was 1910.
Yep. Yep. So after the live is done here, you go over to Ravenglade Axe Company on YouTube, and he's got a really in-depth video on the M1910 hand axe. I highly suggest you check it out. As a matter of fact, I was just watching it earlier to kind of get my mind back into the frame of this hand axe. But look at that. We've got about a 1/4 inch till we start coming through the top, but it's looking pretty nice. And it's you see that right up the middle. Right up the middle. It's looking nice. It's looking nice.
What was the name again?
Who? Ravenglade Axe Company. Ravenglade Axe Company on YouTube. Super solid dude. He also did a video on the boarding axe that I made for him. So that's also cool.
Muhammad said, Assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum. I appreciate you hanging out, dude. I'm doing really well. It's Veterans Day, and I'm celebrating Veterans Day by building a military hand axe.
That boarding axe was cool as a cucumber.
It was very cool. I'm actually building a few more, but they're already spoken for. So, who said the boarding axe? Oh, Papa Joe. Yeah.
Does the axe have a name? What's the pattern of it?
This axe? Who said that? Let's
Left
see.
man.
Last man. So this is an M1910 hand axe, and it's actually it was developed, I guess, from a hunter's pattern axe, which is about. You know what? Let me get a weight on it. I'll go ahead and get a weight on it for you guys. I want to say it's probably like 1 3/4 pounds, maybe 1.5, but I'll go ahead and take a look. It is 1 pound 5 ounces, so they probably hover around 1.5 pounds. So because it's probably lost, it's got a pretty good bevel on it, but it's like a little Dayton, I guess you could say. But I would call this a hunter's pattern axe. Not it's where it's got a little bit thicker pole than a hatchet. I have a small camp hatchet right here. It's pretty similar, but this one's kind of worn out. It's got the nail, but it's actually bigger. The footprint here. Let me back up a little bit. The footprint is a little bit bigger than a camp hatchet. So I would say it's more like a hunter's pattern axe, hatchet, hand axe, whatever you want to call it. But let me get this thing set. It's not feeling too bad. Hey Ryan, thanks for coming, dude. I appreciate you. So we have it's right here at the top, but it's center. But if you could see that, I'm gonna have to bring that over a little bit. It's kind of an odd look. I'm gonna write on it with my pencil, so I know how far I need to go. Second question. Not a hand axe question. This is an Ed question or a Redbeard question. How long did I serve in the military? And what branch of service?
Papa P says 20 years Navy. Tina says 30 years USS.
Tater, no, I did not do. Who was right? The first one that was right, Granite Cova.
Ryan.
Ryan was the first one right. So he gets his name with a tick mark. Papa, or was it, who was it? Papa B. Now we're just going to do the first ones to answer. I think that's the fairest. First ones to answer correctly. That's a little bit better. It's still leaning a little bit. I'm going to I'll push it a little bit more over.
Can't say French and Indian more.
I'm not that old, dude. That's a good answer, though. I dig it.
Does the winner who answers the most questions?
The winner is who answers the questions first, the most. How's that? Who said that? You got to be on your toes. You got to be on your toes. Look at that. So we got it about where we need it to be. Got it about to where we need to be. This is such a cool handle. It's almost like the Tommy Axe handles. It's really, really close because you can swing it both ways. But yeah, I think we're really close. Man, need to go a little bit more. A little bit of a gap right there. But we're getting close. Hey, Joe, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it, dude. So this is where I'm at. I have to go down just a touch more to fill that little gap that's on the right side, left side. But just a little bit more. I talked to Joe this morning. He said,
"Please give a touch of a heads up before the question, so I can grab my phone."
Why do you? Well, you're on your phone.
That's Ryan.
Oh, he must be in the shop. Are you in the shop working, Ryan?
Yeah, he said that.
Oh.
Look. He's been really busy at the station.
Oh, he's at the station. Also, Ryan, thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Happy Veterans Day. He's working out. We're sweating to the oldies. That's what he's doing. All right. I think we're there. We got that little gap covered. Yep. Check that out. Let me get my tape. It's ending up to be around 15 inches. That's where we're at. Careless Whisper. I don't know that. The music. I ain't hating on George Michael. Dude had an awesome voice. All right. Let's see. Let's have a look. Yep. We got it all covered. Just a little touch up with my my, what do you call it? Orbital sander. And then we'll be there. But I'm going to get, I'll set this aside. I'm gonna get the wedge shaped real quick. So the wedge I'm using is a Whiskey River black walnut. Yeah, black walnut. You know what? Let me put this back on real quick, just to kind of give me an idea how wide the wedge needs to be. I probably need to take off a little bit of that. And then I need to thin it out a little bit down here. Thin it out a little bit down here. I'll show you what I'm looking at. If you see the gap on each side, I want to try to make it as equal as possible.
Ryan said, gotta call me back when I can. Good luck, everyone.
All right, dude. Well, I appreciate you hanging out, dude.
Bill Creek says, someone get this guy a draw knife and spoke shave.
That's an inside joke between me and Joe. That's pretty funny. I dig it.
Papa Joe says, how did you get interested in this stuff?
Oh, 1 second. That's a good question. That is a really good question. I'm going to thin out this a little bit. All right, I'll show you what I just did and why I did it. How did I get interested in axes? That's a really good question. In 2019, I had a guy hit me up. He was like, hey, I want a knife, but I also want an axe. I want a felling axe. I'm like, what the heck is a felling axe? What's the difference between any other axe and a felling axe? So deep dive into a rabbit hole, and I found what he was looking for, built it, and he loved it. And I actually enjoyed the process of doing it. And I did a couple of other, like I found some hatchets that at the flea market. They were like the cheap Chinese ones, and I didn't like the handles, so I
Bill Creek said,
pulled them off.
Up for the day, looking good, brother. Good luck to all those entered in the GAW, and thanks, Vets, for your service.
Oh, there it goes. It's back. Can you hear me now, dude? I got a phone call and it froze up my phone. I need my mic. It's back. Okay. Anyway, so the guy asked me if I could build an axe for him. I built an axe. I enjoyed the process, so I started to, dabble in axes a little bit. And then I learned about the vintage axe world, and that's where just things kind of went crazy on me. I went into a deep rabbit hole, and you can ask Vanessa. She was like, "How many axes are you gonna buy?" And that was like when I had 5. Now I have a lot. Probably hundreds. Yeah. So, yep. That's the how. That's the how.
You need one of each.
Man, that'd be terrible. I'm gonna bring you guys over, and I'm gonna cut the kerf on this axe. That's if I can get my phone, my mount, to hang out. There we go. got it. Can you guys see? Yeah, okay. I'm going to cut the kerf. The kerf is the wedgy area that goes in between where the wedge goes. Because the eye is, if you look you might not be able to see the difference between the bottom. This is the bottom, and this is the top. So the bottom is smaller than the top. So when I wedge it, the handle, the bottom of the eye wedges onto the bottom of the handle. The top of the eye wedges up to the top, and that keeps the axe head on.
I want to know what's your favorite one.
My favorite what? My favorite axe? My favorite pattern is probably not pattern, style, are beveled axes. I just really dig beveled axes. My favorite line, probably the Kelly Perfect line. Starting these things can be kind of a pain sometimes. There we go. Next question. What was my job description in the Navy? What was my job description in the Navy? What did I do? Who said that? Yeah, that's what it is. Now I got it centered. So this is a pull saw. So when it cuts on the pull stroke, and that makes it a way more accurate saw.
That's the machinist mate.
Who said that? That was not a machinist mate. What a terrible thing to say. I would not want to be a machinist mate. I'm not ragging on machinist mates, but man, those guys have it tough. I'm just saying. A little bit more. I think that's good.
Taylor said, yeah, it sucked.
Pretty good straight line kerf. Now I'm going to clean out this kerf a little bit.
Who was the GM1? First name was Kim.
Kim? Who said that?
How about you?
I don't know.
On the O'Bannon.
Kim? He was a FC. That was, I know who he's talking about. He made chief right before I left. Or right after I left, or right before I left. He was an FC, a fire controlman. He was in our division because he was in 86 FC. The 86 FCs, or the Mark 86 FCs, were the guys that operate the fire control systems for the gun mount. All right, you see here? That's why I kind of pinched it. I pinched it with my vise and then made another cut. So it's a little bit wider up top than it is as it goes down to the bottom. I'm going to make one more of those pinch cuts. Just to kind of give it a little bit more of a gap. That does two things. One, it prevents bounce back. I heard a crackle. Maybe I better not pull it too tight. It prevents bounce back for the wedge, and it gives it more of a purchase for the wedge, so it doesn't sticks a little bit better. I don't do it all the time, but I do like to do it with hatchet handles or small hand axe handles. But you see where it gets a little bit wider as it goes toward the top. Yeah. So I'm done with this, and I'm just going to bring this over. I'm going to set this on my workbench, and now we're going to sharpen the axe. Where are we at? 35 minutes. So we're not doing too bad. All right. I need to take this belt off. Well, you know what? Let's do the wedge first. Let's do the wedge.
He still wears the knife. He bought back in 2020 when he rides and goes to bike rallies.
Oh, sweet. The one he got for me. So you get it. So maybe I will just send you a sticker or a couple of them. Yeah, that was a cool knife, man. That was a really cool knife. What the heck is going on?
He said he loves the sheep.
Oh, yeah. All right. So for we're gonna make this wedge real quick. I'm gonna stick this in there and kind of draw a pencil line about how far I need to go. And I always cut it. You see my pencil line right there. It's a little bit.
That Zippo is handy for his cigars. Peter Boyd said hi.
Who's that?
Peter Boyd.
Peter Boyd. Thanks for popping in, Peter. I appreciate you, man. All right, I'm gonna cut this real quick. Keep your cutoffs. I keep them all. I have a pickle jar full of them. Got it. Did you guys even see what I was doing? Oh, yeah, you could see. But I got the wedge done. It's a pretty good fit. Pretty good fit. There we go. Got it out. So got that done. And now I'm going to put the edge on this axe. Bring it over.
It's Crazy World. Hey, Ed, it's Brandon, man. I'm buying one of the naval boarding axes. Just wanted to drop a line and wish you a happy Veterans Day, Bros 10 for 5.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. You want to see the progress on the boarding axes real quick? Let's see if I can grab one. This is where I'm at with this one. So I have the languettes. They're kind of fitted. You see how it's kind of gappy. There's a little bit of a gap. I need to fix that. Because I'm doing 3 at a time, that's why I got numbers on them. But I still need to thin out the handle to make it a little. It's because this is a pretty thick handle, so I need to thin out the handle and then get the fitment straight. That's, I mean, it might seem like it's a lot, but it is kind of a lot because these are, the languettes are really finicky.
He said it's beautiful.
Sometimes, but they're straight, and that's like, well, this one's kind of straight. It's pretty straight. But getting them straight and then getting them to where they lay flat is quite a task. So I still have to tweak them a little bit. But this is one of them. Yeah. I need to thin this out and give this more of a ball at the bottom. So it's going to take a little bit of thinning. But yeah, that's one of them, dude. All right, we got to get back on task. We got, the only thing we got left to do is shape the edge.
You said nice work.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, man. So this is a 36 grit belt. I'm going to start with a 36, and then I'm going to go to a 60 grit.
Say, gorgeous, thank you.
You're welcome, dude. You're welcome. I'm going to start with a 36, and then I'm going to go to a 60, then an 80, then a 120. And I'm stopping at 120 because a military hatchet, they weren't very pretty, but it will be a very useful cutting edge by the time I'm done with it. So there's that. So I'm going to get started. All right, that's where we're at with the 36 grit. And if you can see right here, there's that burr, and it goes all the way across. That's when you know that the edge has hit its apex and it's starting to fold over a little bit. That lets you know that you're at the apex, and that's where I can continue. Now it's got the edge, so I'm just going to continue to refine the scratch pattern until it gets up to 120. Just to make everything neat and uniform. I'm going to use conditioning belts after to kind of smooth everything out a little, but yeah. So now that I got this axe wet from dipping it in my paint in my cooling bucket, I could see a little bit of the green paint coming out. So that would tell me that it's probably later on in the service of these axes. They didn't start painting them till around World War II. So maybe just before World War II is when this one was made. When they first started making them, they were just bare metal and a wood handle. They weren't green at all. Next question. Next question. If in case Ryan's here and watching, we're gonna do the next question. I'm gonna give him a second to kind of in case he's available. Is that long enough, babe?
He had a call. He's on a call.
I know. So next question. All right, I'm going to do the next question. In the Navy, there's two types of duty. There's sea duty and shore duty. Sea duty is when you're stationed on board a ship. And sea duty is where you're non-deployable. Or I'm sorry, sea duty is where you're stationed on board a ship and you're out and about, you do deployments and all that stuff. And the other type of duty is shore duty, where you don't deploy. Which one was my favorite? Sea duty or shore duty? What? Who said that? Alyssa, that's correct. Miss Alyssa. Sea duty was my favorite. And because shore duty was stagnant and not interesting. Yeah. And when you're on sea duty, you get to see things. You know, even though you're on deployment, you're going to stop in different ports, visit different places. I can't tell you how many ports I've been to. I did 6 sea deployments and 1 dirt deployment, is what I call it. But I did 6 sea deployments, and they were absolutely a blast. Just a blast. What? Who?
The most answered, because you have 4 that answered first.
Well, maybe there's more questions. All right, we finished with 120.
Somehow I lost you.
I don't know. All right, I'm going to use this is a medium conditioning belt. It's basically like a Scotch-Brite belt. This is going to give it the edge more of a satin finish. They're a little bit tighter, so I need to go a little slower. Cut it down a little bit. But they give it... You got to go on my channel. Sorry, my assistant lost me on YouTube. Found me?
Yeah,
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, there's no sea duty or hazard pay, but the hazard pay and the sea duty pay was just a little bit made it a little bit better. I mean, I will say that there were some pretty rough days on sea duty, but there was also, the best of days on sea duty. So you got to have take the good with the bad. There we go. Nice satin bevel, and it looks really, really good. Really good.
Papa Joe said there's some beautiful views at sea. He watched the lightning storm for half an hour one time.
Yep, you got the lightning storms that you can see way off. You got the incandescence as the ship moves through moves through the waves, and it stirs up the incandescence, and it makes the waves just glow blue. It's just.
Trickster says, "Hey bud, I made it. You started early."
I started on time at 3 p.m. Central. You're late. Thanks for coming, Trip. I appreciate you, man. I know it's 3 p.m. Mountain Time. That's probably where you are, I think. Is that about right? Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. That is freaking stunning. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a sharpening puck. I've been doing this a lot lately. It's a Whiskey River sharpening puck, and I'll just kind of tilt it up to give it just to kind of. I'm using these to knock the burr off and not make it so doggone sharp so I cut myself. I'm tired of cutting myself with axes. It's terrible. It just kind of gives it a little bit of a micro bevel. The axe doesn't need to be like razor sharp. It'll still be sharp. It's still sharp. It's just.
Ken said that's a really nice edge.
Who said that?
Ken.
Thanks, Kit. I appreciate you, man. And sometimes it's still got a little bit of a burr. So I'm gonna take this. I'm going to use my polishing belt and knock the burr off. And this is the polishing belt that I use. I changed polishing belts. I used to use a felt belt. Now I'm using a woven felt polishing belt. I need to put some stuff on it. I'm going to slow it down, way down to a crawl. You see that crawling now? Kind of gives you a little bit more control. Put the polishing compound on it. And just run the burr along the edge, just to knock that burr off. can also do it with a leather strop, but I have this, and if I can be efficient and effective, I will be. So no burr. I don't feel any rough spots all anywhere around. So it's ready to cut. Cutting wood and cutting flesh are two different things. Yeah. Also, in case my son's watching, who's in boot camp, happy Veterans Day, son. I hope you get to see this, and I love you. All right. Now, yeah, you can see a little bit. There we go. All right, you got the axe. I got to get my sander and clean this up a little bit. Let me turn this light off over here at the grinder so it doesn't blind you guys. Here. Take a little bit, that way you guys can see about that a little bit better. I'm going to use my orbital sander, clean this handle up. I'm going to remember to plug it in.
Papa Joe said, congrats on the son follow you and the serving.
I know. It's exciting. I'm excited. Also very touched. I don't want to talk about it. Who said that? Trip. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, this. I try to do. I've built hand axes, M1910 hand axes. This is the third year, but this is the first time I'm doing it on a live, and I'm going to give it away on the live. The last time I did it, I did a build, and the person never responded to me for the giveaway, so I still have it. This is the one from last year. They never responded to me. I sent them a message, and that was it. I didn't hear anything after. Weirdest thing ever. Who doesn't want free stuff?
JBC Restoration said that.
JBC, hey, how you doing, man? Do I know you or do I not know you? I know you follow me on Instagram. That's about all I know. I might have seen your stuff. I forgot to send this.
Tim JK said happy Veterans Day.
Who said that? Tim K. Tim JK. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
He said, JBC said, I said the super chat last time. That's probably why you remember me.
I got you. I need to sand that handle down a little bit more. I'm going to use this. My pad, a little pad, just to kind of make it feel a little bit better. Thanks for coming back, Ryan. I appreciate you, man.
How did you answer the giveaway? I'm a little late.
You just got to answer you got to be the first one to answer the question correctly. That's it. It's a tie right now. So there's what? How many? 4 people?
4 people.
4 people that have answered the question first. Right. So, so if you've been paying attention from earlier, I'm asking a question, Ryan. I'm going to ask a question. Let me know when you're ready. By the way, I'm getting ready to seat this head. And I'm going to dip this wedge.
Ryan said he's ready.
Okay. So this may have been, I mentioned it earlier. What year did I get into axes? What year did I get into axes? Look at that.
Melissa said 28. Papa B said 2000. Papa Joe said 2019.
It's 2019.
So Papa Joe.
Yep. Look at this axe.
Ryan said 2012.
That was the year that I retired from the Navy, and I didn't get into axes until I was already into knives. I already had my knife shop set up, and the way I got into knives was kind of a bittersweet thing, and a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, started to see that I was probably drinking more than I should. And he just kind of gave me kind gestures to get into a hobby. He's like, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. We would talk about it. He goes, and I'd be like, I really kind of want to, wish that I could make a sheath. He was like, you should just do it. So, and then I'd be like,
well, his phone is slower than him.
Oh. And he was just like, you should. So I was like, I never thought about it. And then, man, I don't know. I'm not happy with this wedge. It's not going to come out though. Yeah, it's good. Anyway, so I made a sheath for a knife that I bought. And then I wasn't happy with the scales on it. And he was like, I was like, I wish I knew how to replace the scales on a knife. He was like, well, you should. So I figured that out. And then I was just kind of hooked. So I'm very, very grateful to my best friend, Josh, to kind of push me in that direction. He doesn't know it. Maybe he does. Maybe he knows what he did. He just doesn't talk about it. But those kind gestures kind of got me going. Look at that. That's a beautiful wedge. That's a really beautiful wedge. I dig it a lot. This is 80. So yeah, my friend Josh kind of pushed me in that direction, even though he didn't mean to. Maybe he did mean to. I don't know. Check that out. Right down the middle. Look at that. That is pretty. Look at that walnut wedge. All right. I guess the last thing I need to do, I got to think of another question. What year did I retire from the Navy? I already said it. So if you're paying attention, you're going to get it. That was a question. Sorry, Ryan. But I got to come up with some more questions. I got to give this thing away. We're almost done building it.
Les Man says 2012.
It was 2012. Is he on the list?
No.
So we got a 5-way tie? A 6-way tie?
Papa Joe got 2 right.
Oh, Papa Joe got 2 right. Okay.
Everybody got that one right, though.
I just want to say that I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And while I build this axe, check out that wedge. I want to say this might be a...
Kent said, I just retired from a brewery in Golden, Colorado, 46 years. A brew of beer is good for you in moderation.
Yeah, I still drink. I just don't drink a lot, and I don't get out of hand.
Papa Joe said he's first on 3 questions, but I got him for 2. He's still in the lead.
My assistant might not have been paying attention. This thing is done. Check that out. It's an M1910 hand axe. I really like how these handles feel. It's kind of like it just cut, which is really weird, but I think that's the way they were made. I have an original issue M1910 hand axe. Let me see if I can find it. It's over here somewhere.
Papa Joe said, nice work.
This is it right here. This is a really old axe.
JPC said it's nice to see you doing something. We missed the lives.
I know, because the lives, I was doing them. I'm sorry. I just got to come up with a plan. I was only doing them for the final fit and finish of the RBKs, and I didn't even think to, I don't know, lack of planning on my part, I guess. But look, this is, if you see the handle, it looks almost exactly the same. This is a Kelly Axe Manufacturing Co. My favorite stamp, right? Kelly Axe Manufacturing Co. And the head looks pretty similar. But this axe, they stopped making this stamp in 1924. So this falls right in line with the period correct handle.
Okay, Tripp said he retired in 1944, Plum U.S. contract trenching tool for Veterans Day this weekend.
Oh, sweet, man.
And Ryan said, let's do a couple group lives again.
That would be super fun. I need to do more, but I'm just really, when I'm trying to just buckle down and get things done, when the Mississippi pack axes come, I probably will be. They got shipped today. So that's the only thing I'm waiting on is the heads. I have the handles, I have the wedges, I have the shipping materials, I have everything that I need. I just need the heads to get here. So everything is here. You know, I've been preparing for it for weeks. I appreciate the hearts. I really do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But like I said, I have everything I need. I just need the heads. Is there anybody in second?
Nope.
No.
Still a tie.
Still a tie.
You got 4 people with 1 and Papa with 2.
All right. I'm going to ask one more question. And then we're going to do a wild card.
Papa Joe said he likes the mail calls too.
I appreciate it. I almost gave up.
Said he's waiting on the Mississippi.
I know, Trip. I know, dude. I know. He only told me to put him on the list like 16 times.
Bigfoot King said just stumbled into this being alive on a break from dealing with plant damage. Thanks to negligent construction crews. Cool seeing live.
Cool. I appreciate you, man. So this is my Veterans Day build. For those of you that just kind of coming in, I'm building this and I'm going to give it away. I've been asking questions throughout the live to the people that have been watching.
Somebody said 17 now.
17 what?
Sure. I don't know. He said 17 now.
Oh, 17 now. He's 17 times. So, here's another question. What year did I join the Navy? And if you could do the math quickly, then
maybe. Said, can't wait, Ed. Bigfoot said, enjoy your videos. Keep up the great work. 1992.
Who said that?
Blessed Man.
Blessed Man. He's got 2 now, huh?
Yep.
Blessed Man, do I know who you are? Do I know you? I really appreciate you hanging out in this live. That's just freaking cool. Yeah. But anyway, so we have a second place person too.
No, we got 2 with 2.
2 with 2.
Papa Joe and Blessed Man both got 2.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. So we have 2 people. So, Blessed Man, I'm gonna send you this one, and then last year, I'm gonna send this one to Papa Joe. I'm going to send you last year's. And it's different because I put iron acetate on the handle. It turned out really nice. This one has a bigger, it's older. But yeah, Joe reached out to me.
Alyssa said she's answered correctly 3 times, but she was only first once.
I'll figure something out for you, Miss Alyssa. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. This one's mine. I'm keeping this one. But this one I'm going to go to Blessed Man. Email me at redbeardknt@yahoo.com. redbeardknt@yahoo.com. redbeardknt@yahoo.com.
Said, can I have one?
Who?
Weston.
I don't know who that is. Oh, you have to be here for the whole video and comment and get answers correctly. So that it's not going to work that way.
Joe said this was his first live on YouTube.
The first time?
Who made the handle?
The handle is made by Mark Diddick, or whatever company he uses to get these made. This is an M19 hand axe reproduction handle. He's a Facebook contact of mine. He doesn't have a website. He's just on Facebook. So, yeah. Joe, I know you know how to get a hold of me. So reach out. Let me know where you're at. And I'll get this one to you. Blessed Man. Did he ever say who he was?
No.
Thank you, Kent. I appreciate you, man. I can't see. These bifocals don't work too good.
Said it looks great, buddy.
I appreciate you, dude.
Papa Joe said definitely.
But this is the one I built today. It turned out pretty snazzy. Pretty snazzy. And this is the one I built last year that was unclaimed. So I'm just going to send this to Joe. Oh, excuse me. But happy Veterans Day to everybody. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I appreciate you guys commenting.
Cave said back to work. That looks great.
Thank you, Mr. Bigfoot's Cave. I appreciate you. But yeah, Happy Veterans Day to all the guys that served. Happy
Bless
Veterans
man
Day to
needs
the
to
vets.
reach out to you.
Yep. Bless man. Uh, look in my bio of my YouTube bio. There's a link tree. In that link tree, there is my email address. Click on that email address. It'll take you to whatever server you're using, and it'll just email me from there. That's the best. That's the best, easiest way to reach out to me. Just go in my link tree, and it'll get you there. Um, like I said, happy Veterans Day to the vets. I'm going to get out of here because me and the lady are going to go take advantage of the Veterans Day benefits and get me some food because fat kids got to eat. But happy Veterans Day. I appreciate you guys hanging out. That's it. That's all I got. You guys have a good day. Oh, how do I end this? There we go. Bye.